everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Fitness Business Podcast. Today, I have a special guest with us. I mean, all of our guests are always special, but today we actually have one of our sponsors with us today. Leon Rudge is our guest today. He is the global head of product for MyZone. And if you have been following the Fitness Business Podcast for the last 6 years, you know that MyZone has been with us since the very beginning. We're very honored to have MyZone with us. And Leon, welcome and thank you for coming on to the Fitness Business Podcast.
Thank you, Dori.
Absolutely. So I got you here. For me, it's early in the morning. For you being in, I think you said the UK, I should say good afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, Leon, you're here today just to give us a product update on just what is going on at MyZone and letting all of our listeners out there in on the exciting things that MyZone is working on, not only behind the scenes, but also the new things that they've just pushed out. But before we get to those fun things, I just like for you, for our listeners that are maybe new or maybe just aren't as aware of what MyZone is, I'd love for you just to take a few minutes to talk about MyZone, who they are, what they are, and what they do.
Yeah, great. So I think most people would probably know MyZone, but for those who don't, we develop accurate wearable technology that just helps provide engaging and motivating exercise experiences for exercises. Our main aim is to keep more people more active more often, but also help gyms retain their customers, their members. The company was created in 2011 by Dave Wright and a few other stakeholders. And in 2021, we launched the Switch, which was the first interchangeable wearable technology that uses, and it's the first of its kind in the world that uses both ECG and PPG. So we're able to wear it on the chest, the arm, or the wrist. We have a number of additional products that come with that, like the free exerciser app, which interacts with the wearables. And we also have the gym software that puts the effort tiles onto screens within the gym. And the sole aim for MyZone is to reward effort, not necessarily just physical activity. So we gamify effort, which keeps people coming back for more and more. We do that with MyZone MyZone effort points. So we reward effort and we deliver a status based on that effort, and it's incredibly addictive and keeps exercisers coming back for more. So yeah, it's a fantastic product.
It is a fantastic product, and like you said, most people probably started out with the belt, and I feel like that's probably everybody's like, oh, the MyZone belt. But now you have this new product that you launched. I don't know, what did you say, about a year ago?
Yeah. So middle of last year. So it seems like forever ago, but it was actually just the middle of last year.
Yeah, I was so excited this year to go to Ursa, and I actually got some
bands, some different bands. So now I'm like, oh, I can switch it up. I was really excited about that.
Yeah, so the Switch was born out of just a hell of a lot of feedback. Obviously, the MZ3 that sits on the chest is a incredibly robust, fantastic product. Works with in exactly the same way, same methodology, works with the app. But we had lots of customer feedback. The Switch was born out of that, really being able to wear it in different positions, whether that was for convenience, different modality, different exercise modality, but also it's waterproof as well. So there's you're able to swim with it now. So it was it's born out of a lot of customer feedback and a lot of listening, which is one of the things we pride ourselves on.
Well, I'm so glad MyZone listened, because I absolutely love the Switch. I mean,
I have to tell you, the belt around the chest for females sometimes is just it's just not our favorite. So The fact that it's right there on your wrist, you can look down at it. It's accessible. I don't have to keep pulling my shirt up, to get to it. So. Yeah. Thank you for listening, MyZone. We really appreciate that.
we continue to do that, Dori, as well. And you'll notice things exactly that, like we put the LED onto the product as well. So you can actually just look down and see it. We wanted to make sure we could keep it on the chest as well to maintain the accuracy on the chest. But there's a lot of conversation about accuracy, but it's not so much the accuracy of the product, whether it's ECG or PPG, it's the modality of exercise you're using it with. We get a lot of feedback with that, but it was born out of customer feedback. So we've seen a huge success in 8 or so months it's been on the market. So yeah, really, really pleased with it.
So speaking of feedback, a lot of feedback that I get when I'm, in the club and just talking to people and they know that MyZone is one of our sponsors
is we love when you guys run the contests.
Yeah.
Or even just within house of gyms and they run the contest. I always think that's so much fun. It's great to see the board up. It's great to see all the different colors. It's very eye appeasing. So exciting stuff for MyZone.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Things like the challenges are, some of our most important features, most used features, and they're a fantastic success. And people always talk about driving home to get the belt because they've forgotten it. So it's incredibly addictive, and that's what we set out to achieve, to again, in a way to get more people more active more often, was to be able to create that stickiness. And we've certainly found the secret sauce there.
Yeah. And as you were saying, driving home to get the belt, I'm raising my hand
for those of our listeners out there that are probably doing the same thing. You have no idea how many times I forgot the belt and had to run home and get it because I wanted to make sure that my MEPs were getting logged for the contest. Someday it's like pressure. I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I've got my water bottle, my sweat towel, my MyZone belt.
Yeah, I just clip mine to my gym bag now to make sure it's always there.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So I'd like for you just to take a few minutes to talk about yourself and what you do there at MyZone, being the global head of product.
Yes, so I'm very new to the business. In fact, I'm 4 months in, and as you know, you may have seen in some of the industry press, MyZone has recently taken investment from BGF, a private equity company, which is all part of our growth strategy, really. We're actually growing from, we're valued at $100 million now, and the aim is to grow to 300 million. And part of that is bringing new members and new talent to the team. And I was recruited 4 months ago as the global head of product. The main reason is just to create some agility. One of the things MyZone is known for is the speed and how fast we move. It's important for us to maintain that as we grow. So part of my role is to maintain that customer listening, that product discovery, create the efficiencies within product development. So we're, continuing that pace. And the pace is important because it means we can continue to provide new value to our customers. So we're not just that static with the same product. So we're constantly looking at, emerging and advanced technologies. We're getting them through development as fast as we can. And concurrently or simultaneously, we're also launching them as well. So we're working really hard to make sure we continuously deliver value to our customers, because we operate a B2B 4C model. So it's really important that we build for the C, but we also build for the B as well. So we can, so we make sure we continually add value to our customers so they can continue to be successful with the MyZone product as well.
Yeah, what's unique about your product is that you're right. You work with the business, with the health
clubs, but then you also need to work with the customer, because you have to make sure that the product is living up to what the customer's expectation is. If the customer's not happy, then the club's not happy. If the club's not happy, the customer's not happy. So really tricky job that you have there.
Yeah, and it's mega important to us, Dori. I mean, it really is important to us. It's important that we're speaking to, and as a global company as well, it's really important we're doing that in each region, and we're understanding what that looks like in each region, because, the Japanese market is completely different to the Canadian market, for instance. So we also have to make sure we have a general product that works across those markets. And we do a lot of customer interviews. We call our consumers, we spend time on the phone. We do the same with operators, and that's really important to us. Funny story, I actually connected with one of our consumers, one of the exercises, to understand some feedback maybe about 6 weeks ago, just before Christmas. They actually questioned I sent an email, and it obviously had my signature in there, and they didn't believe my job title. They actually didn't believe that we cared so much that we would just ring up, one of our 2 million plus users and say, hey, thank you for that. That's really important. Can you talk to me a bit more? And I spent, over 40 minutes with this person, just really understanding what they were trying to tell us. That is incredibly important to us. And it's quite unique in our industry. In our industry, from what I've seen in fitness, in my experience in our industry, a lot of companies just build products in the four walls of their business and say, ta-da, here's a product. And, operators are, I'm not quite sure, and exercisers, not quite sure we needed that. That doesn't really solve a problem. And, so it's really important for us to get out and do that. And in fact, just yesterday, we launched just a new online feedback form at MyZone, which is at the front end, it's a form of 5 or 6 questions for anyone to complete and talk to us about product enhancements, feature requests, and any product ideas that they might have in some depth. And they can submit that straight to our product team. So we are really, really laser focused on the voice of the customer. So whether you're an operator or whether you're a consumer or an exerciser, you can reach our product teams, and we've currently got a commitment that will reply to all of them. Already on day 2, we've consumed a lot of feedback. We're putting that through platforms where we can mine it for intelligence. But the reason for mentioning that and launching the online feedback form is just to really solidify how much we build our products for operators and for exercisers. We're obsessed with making more people more active more often. And I think that's really important for us to make clear to the industry.
So not that long ago, like we said, about a year ago, Switch came out. Now you've got the customer feedback form. And then I heard that there's a new app that is being released. Please tell us about the new app, and maybe if there's any other products coming out, any inside scoop that you can give us, we'd love to hear it. So take it away.
Yeah, I won't scoop too much because it's very, very fluid, but yeah, we're super excited. We've launched, again, yesterday, we've launched the new MyZone App version 3, and that's been in iteration for years. So this is quite a substantial change for us. For anyone that uses the MyZone app, it's a major iteration, and we've completely redesigned it. So it's got a new user interface, a much more modern user experience, but we've taken some of the more used features and put them into a quick navigation bar at the bottom. So things like the effort tile are just a click away. The challenges we talked about earlier are just a click away. The uploading of the data is seamless. The minute you end a workout, the data just uploads. There's no more trying to refresh the feed. We've kept the social elements in there as the first screen because they're hugely interactive and hugely engaging, where you can upload your pictures, comment, like, and that kind of thing. We've added in global search facilities, and it's just a much prettier app. So we've pushed that out to over 2 million apps in 85 countries in 26 languages. And that's happening as we speak. So one of the great things about technology is we can have this conversation while that's being pushed out. So we're hugely excited about the new MyZone app version 3. We just call it the MyZone app. And there's lots of features in there, and it also gives us a platform to build on. So we will continue, as we always have. We'll continue to iterate fast and continually deliver value to exercisers and operators. In terms of sneak peeks, we obviously have the in-gym software with the screens, and we'll in the next week we'll be announcing that we're also going to make some changes to that. So not huge iterations, but we're making some cosmetic changes. In terms of the videos are placed differently, so they're easier to see. We've put some new timers in there. We've added some much more functionality in and some more settings. So we'll be launching that as of Monday. The feedback form went live yesterday, and again, it might just look like a form, but the intelligence in the background there is pretty substantial. And we'll continue to iterate on these things. We're already building an iteration of the software where we can have multi-stations, so we can group exercises at stations. And in the next couple of months, we'll be building out further iterations to our remote and remote plus products, which give operators much more freedom to deliver more value, whether the members at home, whether they're in the gym, whether the studio's empty, whether they're classes on the gym floor. So we are moving lightning fast, and we've got a continual production line of value coming into our development and then out to our customers. So we're mega excited by that. And the intention is that we get quicker and we deliver more value. So we're excited about that.
Well, I'm excited as well, being a loyal MyZone user. And I have to just tell you, one of my absolute favorite things about MyZone, you're going to laugh at me, is I was in a spin class the other day, and entertained me the entire time by reading. I love that you can put in whatever name you want. So I was spinning with Darth Vader, Indiana Jones, and that gym guy. I'm so entertained when I look up at the screen and some people like do like little codes with her. It's kind of like a personalized license plate. You got to kind of figure out sometime. And I was spinning thinking, I'm so boring. I just have my name.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And there's one of the gyms I train in is a huge, pretty much around about 95% of the members have MyZone and there's screens everywhere. And some people are known by their screen names. MyZone name. So it's very, very entertaining.
Yeah, that's going to be my goal for 2022. I've seriously got to change my screen name. I've got to come up with, something catchy. But at Anastasia Fitness here in Florida, they're big MyZone users. And I just get a kick out of the screen names all the time. Just like I said, entertains me, helps me get through my class.
Wonderful.
Well, Leon, thank you so much for coming on with us today. We love to hear about MyZone. Again, MyZone is such a huge part of the Fitness Business Podcast. We're beyond grateful for everything that you do for us. And I know our listeners out there enjoy your product as well. And hey, just keep inventing, just keep getting better. And we love the fact that you listen to the customers.
Thank you, Dori.
Thank you.
We will.
All right. Have a great day.
And you. Thank you.